My name is Jessica Workman. Helix Real Estate began managing my building in November 2021. I first moved into my apartment in this neighborhood 9 years ago when I was 22. I had just come to Los Angeles the year before to participate in a volunteer program through the Episcopal Church. I fell in love with LA and decided to do whatever I could to stay and get my first place on my own, even though all of my family was back on the East Coast. I got a job working downtown, but I didn't have a car, so I needed to live somewhere close enough to walk to the metro. I picked Pasadena because of its beautiful green parks and vibrant old town. I moved into my apartment with little more than 2 suitcases and a borrowed air mattress. The rent was almost more than I could afford, and it took me years to furnish it, buy a car, pay off my student loans, and establish my career. In that decade, my apartment became my home. My best friends and their children lived down the block from me. Every Friday night, I walk over and we have dinner together. In that decade, Pasadena became my home, and the affordable rent in this neighborhood in Northwest Pasadena made all of that possible. It was incredibly upsetting to be told I had to leave my home in 60 days because it was being remodeled into luxury apartments. I am not opposed to my landlords or rental management companies making a reasonable return on their properties, but this neighborhood does not need luxury apartments. Especially as we stand on the brink of a recession, the local economy in Pasadena needs affordable housing so that consumers will continue to spend any disposable income they do have. The alternative for any tenants in a shaky financial position as we continue to weather the economic effects of the pandemic we just survived in these homes could very well be homelessness. We are not yet through this crisis. The County of Los Angeles has recognized that. Whether through ignorance or malice motivated by greed, Helix Real Estate Management has attempted to prematurely circumvent the county's resolution. They've caused weeks' worth of distress and upheaval to hundreds of your neighbors, many of whom are elderly or disabled, and many of whom believed what Helix told them and have already been displaced. Helix has already closed in on us. I've worked from home every day for the last 2.5 years because of COVID. Now that Helix has convinced some of our neighbors to leave, I sit through construction noise for 40 hours a week with regular water shutoffs and electricity failures, and the gated building I once felt so secure in is frequently left unsecured at the end of the day by workers who come and go, seemingly not caring that these are our homes. I wasn't ready to leave my home when I got this notice, but to know that we've been put through all of this unnecessarily is infuriating. At best, Helix has been careless. At worst, they've deliberately attempted to take advantage of hundreds of your neighbors. It's my hope that rent control will pass in November and that evictions of this kind won't be permitted in the city of Pasadena, even after the new year, unless the tenants who are displaced are given the first right to return at the same or a reasonably increased rent. We sincerely request your support in protecting our homes and our neighborhood. Thank you.